Good morning, warm welcome back. We will start today with a short drill from Madhavan on this aspect of mastery. Welcome, and so nice, this mastery, one kingdom and one Father. Be lovely to hear your reflections from yesterday. We looked into the details of how expectations can become the subtle subservience, and was thinking in body consciousness, it's like one unrealistic expectation after another. The very fact that the bodies will remain, subconsciously we think that we're somehow immortal, and expectation that things stay the same in a constantly changing world, and the list goes on. So it's kind of the madness of body consciousness. And also how in the kingdom of Ravan, the idea of devotion is a lot about begging and being slave, and they almost get the glorification of that, being a good slave. So when Ram comes, there's no need to beg. If Ravan is not there, Ram is there. There's no need to ask for anything. And he couldn't come earlier, so all this begging didn't actually bring him. So it's nice to be more clear. And we're welcoming in Prashant joining today from London. So we're seeing if he has mastered the technology. The whiteboard is definitely mastered. That's good. So very warm welcome. So we can see the whiteboard. We can't hear anything just yet, but at least I can't hear anything just yet. I think you have to click something somewhere. There's it says, yes, on the device. I think the owl or something. So yes, welcome to London. Welcome to all. While we wait for Prashant, I like this quote by Mandela, and we all know the background. He was at a physical level in the prison for so many years, but he said something so powerful. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. So let's see if we can get sound from London. We've got extra support. You might notice there's a mute symbol on your screen itself. So I don't know if that helps. On your screen, it's got a mute symbol.
Speak.
There we are. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, we hear you very well now.
Okay. It's actually going via this one, not via this one. But anyway, it should still work. Yes. Okay. Yes. Hi there, Om Shanti. Nice to hear you guys.
Shanti. Nice to see you.
So that was from the experts, and you can see and hear. Is that right?
Yeah. Thank you.
So hello and good morning. Let us create another few moments of silence and attention. And let's create the awareness that first step for us is the
best intellect. But all that happens with this, we can see the way God sees. We are able to see that the entire physical world is a story world. It is a temporary world for us. It becomes obvious. World of fiction. And it is a foreign world. World of fiction cannot be our home. It is a foreign world. And it is not in anyone's control. It is certainly not in our control. We understand this very clearly. With this sight, spiritual sight and intellect, we can see our world. And our world beyond is the world of the Father and world that is alokik, ordinarily invisible, but very, very vivid and important. Unearthly. It is not a world made of the stuff the story is made of. The story and the drama is a separate reality altogether. Our world is alokik, eternal. And everyone in this world, they are immortal. These residents of this world, they are noble. And we use these words, noble, because of two things. They need nothing for their existence, and they cannot be harmed by anything. Just these two things makes them noble. Never a beggar, never a victim. And what remains is a life of joy. Life where there are no vices, no arrogance and attachments and ego. Just so secure and so carefree. All always. This region is region of joy and love. Everyone is lovely and worthy of love. With this spiritual sight, we even wake up to the true self. We even see ourselves. And the true self is awake. He can see that to be incorporeal is normal. Invisible presence that appears normal and fun. He can understand everything, see everything, but he himself is invisible presence. he understands he is immortal. Feeling is, there is no end, there is no harm. Nothing can harm him ever. Appears normal. To belong to this alokik dimension appears normal. Certainly can't belong to that gross, temporary story world. The temporary nature of it appears also very vivid. To belong to that family who all are incorporeal, that appears normal. Because we are alike. Family of God appears normal. We are alike. Incorporeal, egoless, viceless. Be happy forever appears normal. And understands this whole world of the story for what it is. A great entertainment. They can see it. Something that is temporary can only be an entertainment. You cannot go further in it. One is it is temporary, and second is it is unpredictable. As we continue on our journey, we understand our extraordinary truth. Thank you. I'd like to hear from you in some of your reflections from yesterday, or any questions, any comments based on what we spoke yesterday. Feel free. I will just revise a few things that we already know, but quickly revising. But feel free to type at the same time. What we are questioning is taking support and becoming dependent on something that is not reliable. That is what we are questioning. To be dependent on something that is reliable is allowed, and that is what we want. And the truth is that souls, we are naturally don't need any support. Soul in his freedom, he is safe and completely independent. He doesn't need anything. But still, if he wants to take any supports, he has his eternal world, his eternal family. He can take support from this family, and he can temporary support or permanent support. That's fine. God, go for that. Then you will not be deceived. We might not use the word becoming slave here, but because deep inside you do not really need to rely upon anyone, anything. That is what he knows. That's why that whole relationship is a noble relationship. You need nothing. What we are questioning is taking support from something that is unreliable. Let me give an example here. Say there is this tree with a broken branch. Branch is already broken. It is just hanging there together. And someone jumps on this branch. Someone comes to this and is taking support from this branch. And what will be the result? He will be deceived, and he will be in panic. He will be in more trouble. That taking support will not make him happy, will make him more unhappy, because it's a broken branch. It is not worthy of taking support. When we are talking about our physical world, this physical world is worse than a broken branch. First thing is, it can just disappear. Things within it have an end. Everything, your best friend is not going to be there forever. There's an end, and it is unpredictable. It is not in my control, as we said. In such a world, you are taking support. It is like taking support from a broken branch. Worse than that. This is why we are questioning this. And we use the word, slave. You make this into the master. But what are you making into the master? The broken branch you are making into the master. And end result will be suffering, guaranteed suffering. Yes, anyone want to say anything? Sarah, want to add anything?
Yeah, and for me, that raises a self-checking question that I can ask anytime. Am I seeing this world like that broken branch? It's quite a profound question to ask the self. One question that just came in: how to not have expectations in relationships? It sounds impossible.
To start, observing, when we see this big situation, it might appear, it is so big. But first, the homework that we gave yesterday, in one day, just observe in some situation where you have created an expectation, and so things are not getting fulfilled, and then just create a mindset at that time. What will it be like if there was no expectation? If just you fully accept the whole behavior, the situation, no expectation at all, what will it be like? We can create a thought experiment and then see what you are feeling. And you feel life is okay, things continue. And from that freedom, by being the master, you can still intervene. You may still do whatever you would like to do, but do it as a master rather than doing it as a slave. This is the difference we are emphasizing. To be the slave is not compulsory. But we will be seeing today, how it is possible to have that life without expectation, how to make it natural and normal. We will see it. But the homework yesterday was this, to observe. And this homework will continue for a long time. Different life situations. Just observe. Here I'm creating expectation here. And what will it be like if there was no expectation? Just play with it. Okay, one question I have. What are the two words that rule everyone's life? Everyone on this planet, human beings, kings, subjects, but so also animals. There are two words that rule everyone's life. I want to tell those two words. And these two words are influencing your life and my life also.
Me and mine, or I and mine?
Other two words in this case.
Let me see. In Spanish?
It is same, yo, it is in Spanish, same.
Oh yeah, me and mine, yeah. Survival and comfort, the mind and our sanskaras, our habits. The wanting, so desires, maybe one aspect. Desperation, master and slave. Fear and lust.
Sure. The two words I'm talking of, or you will observe, one word is the need. So the one word is the need. So each and every creature, it needs something. He wants at least air to breathe. He wants food to eat, some shelter, and complicated human beings. They need respect, and they need a bigger head, and they need fame, and they need love, and so the needs and the department of needs keep increasing, and we don't know where the need ends, greed begins, but need, department of need. And no creature on earth can be free from this. And another word that rules everyone's life is that they can be harmed. There is a potential harm that can come to them. It can be from the flood, from the fire, from human beings, from animals, from bacteria. There is a potential harm. And human beings, what are the human beings? They are more worried about the harm. Another harm can come to human beings. All this harm can come to animals. They are all worried about potential harm. Some predators can come and eat them. Human beings, what are they worried about? Most of the time, they may have built castle and protected themselves from all this other harm.
Die?
Die, yes, but something more.
Worried about AI taking their jobs?
Yeah, there's something that animals may not have the problem, but human beings have greater problem. They are really worried of the harm that can come to them.
Ego, pain.
Yeah, harm that can come from someone's words. Someone can say something, and it can be like an arrow that comes to or someone's behavior. It is not physical harm, but your something. Ego has to protect himself from all this harm. So this is like and so all the efforts are going just to address this. Everyone is busy on this planet. What are they busy? Trying to address their needs and protecting themselves from the harm. Why are people fighting wars? So that they can provide for the needs of their people, and they have to protect themselves from the harm. There can be harm that may come after 50 years, so they are fighting today. So this is like a ongoing situation that rule each one, you and me, our decisions are influenced by this. Our personalities are ruled by this. Vices are coming because of this. Demons are created because of these two factors. All the world becomes iron age because of these two things, need and harm, and the whole thing becomes so complicated that need keeps increasing, and there are more things that can harm us, and we have to address this. And so we need bigger castles, and we need military warship, and more guns to protect. We harm others so that they don't harm us. This is it's like thinking. Demonic personalities are the result of this. But it is this need that creates slaves, what we saw yesterday. Because I need, so that this thinking, it creates devils also, as we saw, but at the immediate level, we become slave to something that is unpredictable. That another direction we go. Now, what happens with the soul that is conscious? What happens? The moment you use paras, and when the invisible witness becomes conscious, invisible witness is conscious, and he understands the story is separate, and Prashant is part of that story. Cinderella is part of the story. He is completely separate, 100% separate from the story. He understands this. And the moment he has understood this, he realizes that he needs nothing for his existence. He doesn't need air. Air and water and food, these are needs of the body. Just like fuel, oil is the need of the car. But we don't need oil, and we don't need petrol, ourselves. But car needs it. So in the same way, body needs air, body needs food, body needs water. Soul understands he doesn't need anything. No need of any kind. This is why he experiences that state we hear in the Murlis, ignorant of the word desire. That becomes the experience of the soul that is conscious. Ignorant of the word desire. He is free from any kind of needs, free from begging. Never a beggar. Bottom line is this, never a beggar. He's quite happy to find some water for the plant. That is not a problem, but he knows he doesn't need the plant. He's quite happy to organize something for some community activities, but he knows he doesn't need to do anything, but very happy to do things. He's quite happy to play a game and score goals, but bottom line, he knows he doesn't need anything. He doesn't need to play to start with, but he's happy to play, take part in this. He doesn't forget his starting position, that is noble. So one side, he needs nothing, and secondly, nothing can harm him, even the slightest. The story cannot harm anyone. You might be watching some film and there is fire in the it doesn't harm you. It may be three-dimensional film. Fires appears to be all around. It appears more like a joke when you understand it is a film. Some wild animals going all around you, but it is in the film. You are watching a three-dimensional film. You will be amused by it. Find it a joke. Because you are safe. Same is the attitude of this invisible presence, the one who is conscious. He understands this is a story, three-dimensional performance, and many things happen there, but he cannot be harmed even the slightest. This is why he discovers that position where he's never a beggar, never a victim, never, not for 1 second. Any situation can come, and there can be 10 robbers and 100 robbers and the fire, and all this is going. Invisible witness. If he is conscious, he knows that cannot harm him even the slightest. Karmatic state is that, where even physical things that may happen to the body, he understands it is happening, but he is 100% that presence. It is observing. Invisible presence is not just a nice commentary, but for him it is that is his experience. He is observing this great joke in the film. In the film, many things fire. Then scene changes, next scene changes. It is something different. Different joke. Maybe golden age scene comes. It is another. But it is, whole thing is for one page karma, it is totally like this. We experiment at the present time, and we have to grasp this and play with it. Maybe for 1 minute, 5 minutes, to the question that came, how can we not create expectations at all in life? Do you create an expectation when you are watching a film? You are watching a film, there's suddenly the lion comes, lion goes, king comes. Do you create expectation that king should be nice to people? No, you are just watching what is happening. We accept. So here, the invisible witness is watching this film with that attitude. Play with it for 5 minutes, and you will discover that divine personality straight away. And divine personality in this mind is free from anything that is of sorrow. Conscious, subconscious, there is nothing to complain about, nothing to worry about. The whole thing is a joke. You're amused by the whole thing, this story. Would like to hear some thoughts from you.
Made me think about the morning Murli that Baba says about storms of Maya, that they are like, whatever comes, it can be like a gift when you've got no, I'm not exactly getting the right words here, but it was around the aspect of a blessing. When you see it like a gift, it's opportunity to transform with your stage of elevated spiritual pride. It's so fitting it with what you're saying, that idea of being able to be harmed, that prompt might come, but we have the option to come and see it from spiritual sight. Rabbi called it today silence, but that Rav and free mind, and we can experience that unconditional security. So that's sort of going along that route. Someone asked a question here. How does a Brahmin protect the mind from being affected, aside from knowing its drama? And then the second part of the question, I'm not sure if I understand. Even though we're doing service, there might be, yeah, I'm not sure about that part, but yeah, you probably answered it with this, but anything you want to add?
Yes, the Brahmin, but from Brahmin to the next step, Brahmin to the angel. Brahmin is a step. From there, we have to move to the invisible witness. As we said, it is like if we are training angels. So you create 1 minute, 5 minutes, half an hour, play with this perspective. Then you get results. Just at a Brahmin level, you may still see yourself as part of the story, and then busy doing service or some activities, actions. It can be at that level. Then the big results will not come. Big results come when you take the next step, and that is become this incorporate. And as was said, if that step is taken, then you are free from needs, free from desires, and then you're also free from harm. I was going to suggest we listen to this poem by Kipling, if it is a good time.
Yes. This poem is written by Rudyard Kipling, and it's called If. And some of you may know it, but it felt so relevant, and he was inspired by Tagore. So it has 4 verses. So it starts, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or be lied about, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those 2 impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
Yeah. And Sarah, want to add anything more?
Like describing Karmatit stage. But yeah, some beautiful things in there, like treating the imposters the same, like triumph and disaster. So we can go from one extreme to the other. But if we're seeing this as a film, this is natural, isn't it? All of this. But do you need that witness stage that Baba talked about in the Murli? No. Do we, in a way, have an easy method to make the impossible possible? Yeah. There are a few questions, so we have back to you. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Just in connection with this poem, I suggest worth reading this poem again and reflecting on it. It is such a beautiful way of, we know how to reach there also, but also it shows that that crystallized personality, what it will be like. One who is in that space and it has become natural for him. What will it be like? See, here what we are seeing, if we do the homework, then that is a possibility. Ego is the one that holds us in opposite direction. Ego holds us in this victim and the beggar mode. Strongly, ego is forever the beggar and going to become a bigger victim. As ego gets bigger, he feels more of the victim. And opposite, then he cannot have this, position of, he's quick at any kind of, quick at taking offense, quick at giving offense. That is a very opposite personality. So more we become free from this camp. We are using the language, it's a world of dolls. The reason we use this language, the physical world is a world of dolls, that makes the ego smaller, helps shrink the ego. Yeah, sure. Let us hear some questions.
Making plans for service, depending on its success, is also slavery. What's the best service without slavery?
Success is slavery? We don't mean that.
Depending on its success is slavery.
Depending. Depending on anything within the foreign world, that's what we are questioning. We want to succeed, and just like if you are playing a game, you play the game. You play the game to win. You want success. That's fine. How not to be the slave? That's the question. Answer is, let us make our alokik world. Let us come in that experience and let us make it deeper and more. That is deeper, and that dimension is real to you. And self-respect is from that invisible witness, the intoxication of that world. That is what is required. If that is happening, then your attitude is naturally right in this story world.
Someone is asking, can we say that taking support is okay, but getting dependent on that support to be there forever is not okay?
Yeah. Taking support, becoming dependent.
Is trying to differentiate, is it okay to take support, but it's the dependency on the support that's the issue? Or even how?
It is the words to understand what we are meaning, taking support. We are interacting with the story world. And support is support, but we are interacting with the story. There is deep inside, you don't feel you are taking support of anything. Invisible witness, he knows he doesn't need any support from anyone. And with that attitude, he's coming there. That has to be put in place first. The invisible witness, he is immortal, he is forever safe.
Comes back to that not needing anything for his existence, that the car needs petrol, it's not the need of the body. Body needs matter or is matter, but we don't need the drama itself. Okay, maybe another way of saying taking help is fine, but considering it as a support is dependency. So taking help, where does that fit in?
Most important for us to first to address that we are seeing the bigger map. If we are not seeing the bigger map, then we end up, it can be different languages, but it is a life of body consciousness. And within that, victim will also come and a slave will also come. Because that story world has become my world. World of dolls has become my world. We may use some different words, but it is the bottom line is it is slave. So the answer to this is let me understand my big map. Let me understand this extraordinary truth. And truth is that we are immortal. Our world is alike. And our starting position is there. Invisible witness is carefree. And his world is complete, perfect. He needs nothing from anywhere. And with that, he's coming into this world. And then whatever word you use, your attitudes are right. There is no slavery there. You are playing the game, you are dealing with many things, but you are not independent.
Do you think it's about understanding why we are here as instruments? Because the question here is cooperation, not a kind of support. But perhaps it's about why we are here in the first place.
Yes, that's right. Is there to add a little bit more?
Well, they're really nice questions because we're having to understand. So the soul doesn't need the drama. it doesn't need cooperation, but if it comes, it's for the mission. So support, it's not for the soul. Maybe it's a cooperation at the level of mission, but if it's not there, the main mission is anyway invisible. And yeah, but it'd be good to hear.
Yeah, that's perfect. And it can be playing a game. Here you are playing a game. There is some cooperation that they can, but it's a game, and at the end of it, you lose the game. That's great. You played a game. If there is no slave, there is no sorrow taken. You don't mind cooperation, no cooperation. You don't worry about it. It's a small thing. You play the game whilst holding that space that your world is complete and best and eternal and perfect. Your big intoxication is based on your world that you have not forgotten. If that is what is happening, then you're fine to be involved and be greatly involved. You are dealing with so many things, and cooperation is also there, giving cooperation and using things, but it's a game.
That's exactly one of the comments in the chat, that they're saying the experience so far, and they hope it stays this way, is that everything that used to cause suffering and sorrow now makes me laugh when I see it in this way. Using this perspective, it feels more like a game, and she can hardly believe it. Just a comment.
Yeah.
No other questions right now.
Yeah, that is exactly we want to grasp. And once you get a feel of it for 5 minutes, 2 minutes, then you feel, wow, you can be in the world, do everything, and still stay in that space, free from the slave, in the space of being the master. Just want to add one more thing, and if we'll hear other comments soon. Yesterday we spoke of the word expectation, and that is a big area that we need to pay attention to. But expectation is just the beginning. It is just the one small part of our bondage in that world. What is shown here in the blue box is that foreign world, and it is a broken branch. It is unpredictable world, and something that is going to disappear, and something that is unpredictable. It can only be an entertainment. We can't go any further. That's why when it is an entertainment, you are not taking big support from it. Beforehand. Something comes, goes. There's a rainbow comes, rainbow goes. It is fun. Beforehand it is going to go. So also this world, you are seeing it like that. So that is starting position. We come into this world and we start very, very gentle expectation, because it was there yesterday, because rainbow was there yesterday at 5 o'clock, it will be there today at 5 o'clock. Because it was there for last 10 years, it will be there today. I got some argument there. I have created a certain pattern. Some people are nice to me all this time, so they will be nice tomorrow. The system of government was like this, so it will be like that tomorrow. So these are all different expectations I create. We literally need to be aware that many things you have taken deeply for granted. There's some people will be friendly with you because they were friendly all these years. The house that you live in, you paid for it and you bought it, and you will have rights to that house tomorrow. Taken many things for granted. Bottom line, it is a foreign world. Anything is possible. Right from this body, deep inside, you should be prepared for the unexpected. Repeatedly, let this be in the back of the mind, that this is a foreign world. Anything can just change, go. You are not creating anything, not taking anything for granted in this foreign world. So that is one area, the expectation. We go further, and we have gone further. We create demands. As if it is my grandfather's property. Some kind of demands are there. We go further. We use the word my to something that I did not bring with me. I am just passing through this, and I am putting the label my to something that is not mine. And someone put it nicely. We come here without anything, then we spend a whole life fighting for many things, and then we go back without anything. So that is the kind of life we lead. That applies to everyone. Mine is not just to objects, my people, my children, my ideas, my creative, this my invention, the claim, we begin to start to claim things. All of this makes us deeper slave to understand this. We are getting trapped into this foreign world. And as we do this, we become more dependent on it. Like this foreign world suddenly changes and this disappears. What you thought is mine disappears. And you will have a lot more sorrow because you became the slave to it. And this whole department of I, we use this language. It is a world of dolls. That's what we are saying. That helps us to see it the right way. Imagine there is a world of dolls. You are just going past, and you start creating expectations that this doll should not be behaving like that, and this doll should be standing there. You are creating expectations. You are creating demands. It has got nothing to do with you, and it has got a script, and you are creating demands. You are putting your claim in your head that this is mine and this mine, and my, that's the word. But I means you start thinking you are that doll when you have no control at all. What is to happen there? Just put a script. That doll will be out according to the script. And you are putting the label I. Deeply believe that that doll is me. And who is doing this? The invisible angel, angelic soul. Such degradation, and take sorrow from, someone says this doll is ugly doll. He takes a great sorrow, and he experiences anger and depressions. And why he's doing this? Because he has become a bigger slave. Each time you are getting trapped become dependent in this foreign world, the master becomes powerful. And in this case, the master, it is better, and Ravan, it becomes your master, and you become the angelic soul is at the mercy of this matter. What happens in the script is that to be free from slave, we need to become free from all of this. At this stage, we will have to check if there is any level dependency in this world of dolls, doll story. Just watch it as a doll story, even for 1 minute, and you will get a feel of the freedom. The whole thing is happening according to the script. Absolutely good. Who is watching? The invisible witness is watching. Yeah, very happy to hear. Any thoughts?
Seems to always come down to the strengthening of the spiritual sight to as if recalibrate, and it finishes the confusion. Another way of saying in the chat, someone's written expectations are just silent claims. Freedom begins the moment we see everything as a gift rather than a right. Question. So are we not responsible for anything happening here, good or bad, that happens through the doll? So no guilt, punishment, no change?
We take responsibility, just like, if you are playing a game, you are happy to take responsibility for it. As a trustee, you take responsibility. To be slave is separate thing, and to take responsibility is separate thing. You do that as a master. But also aware that it has got a script, and it has got its many factors. Will not take guilt for every little thing that is happening in the story.
The different aspects to overcome Maya, aren't they?
Yes.
If you see injustice in the drama, should you object?
Sure. Now, what we say in a situation, say that you are walking past a street, and there are two people are fighting. One person will just go and jump into the fight. He will not even think about what is going on. It will be another person in that fight. Instead of two people, there will be three people now. Another person will run in opposite direction. Some person will take out his camera and start filming it. Fourth person will say this is entertainment. You want to. All people, the different people have got different reactions to this. How you will react and how I will react, we cannot know. It depends upon where we are in that spiral. You understand the spiral that we speak of? Where I am in this spiral. That actually decides what we will do in that situation at that time. Each situation is different. All we can do really as a homework, we don't give prescription to anyone. In this case, do this. In this situation, do this. We don't do that. But the message from Murli is you go for the highest consciousness. And in that highest consciousness, you are rich emotionally, that heart, you are rich in heart, you love everyone. And humans, animals, you absolutely love. You are having zero selfishness. And in that highest consciousness, you are rich in head. You are absolutely clear what is happening and why things are happening. You got that clarity. And so your intervention coming from that space benefits everyone. It doesn't mean it will stop the injustice there. That is what is happening in the drama, that is one thing. But it will give benefit to everyone at a highest level, the intervention from that highest space, highest consciousness. I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, feels very clear that injustice is, we have always the option how to see it. And someone is asking about the wrong, whatever wrong action was done, it could create guilt. So are we responsible or not? But the feeling was to take the lesson, but not the sorrow. So our main responsibility is in this aspect.
So at an immediate level, if someone feels like joining and solving that injustice, okay, do that. But that is not part of a Srimad. Srimad is to do the homework. Whilst doing everything else, create time for the homework. Get your consciousness the highest. And when you are at the highest consciousness, you will know the real injustice that is happening, the real way we can help everyone. Will understand it. Until then, we don't even know what justice is and who the real person is. We don't even know the real person. And so we are not in a position to truly come to a very clear benevolence.
Maybe something that is connected to this aspect, and after that perhaps we take a break. Someone is trying to grapple with the model of this being a predestined or pre-established story. If everything is happening according to the script, why try to interfere? Why try to do my best? The fact I'm trying to do my best is already part of the script. So, any thoughts on that?
Yes. What happens is we are acting. Even right now, we are talking. It is within the script. Even we are questioning this is also happening in the script. So drama continues, and drama we act. And that is fine, so we are talking about knowledge now. That is, someone else is trying to save someone. That is also happening in the script. Someone is trying to help through knowledge. That is happening to script. And that's all fine. That's all going by the script. All that we do here is bring in the factor of angel and reduce the factor of the demon. Whilst everything else is going, we bring in these factors. And that is right. That is the only thing that is worth achieving.
Yeah, it's clear. So if anything you want to add at this stage, and then after that we will have some break for rooms.
Yes, just let us remember this message, big message. If more we take support from a broken branch, we are deceived. And we are making this next big statement of one world that is around us, and Prashant is part of that. This itself is a broken branch. This is what we are saying. Obvious, blatant, and that's sort of it comes with a label. Things disappear and things are unpredictable. And so the option we have come in our world to wake up to our eternal, alaukic reality. And from there, approach everything else. Don't make this just as a knowledge base, but that dimension has to become our permanent reality. And that is the mindset we have to create for ourselves. And work with that aim. Thank you.
So that could be a good question for rooms. Maybe what helps the soul to wake up to this state of mastery, that eternal analogic reality beyond, and establish that mindset, something along those lines?
Yeah, that's nice.
So we know there's a game going on. We know Papa says there are different facets, but what is helping you? So we put that question in the chat. So enjoy. We will have 10-15 minutes of room break. If you're in the wrong room, let us know. There's a button, I believe. So we'll see you after 10 minutes. Thank you. So welcome back. I hope that you had a chance to all share. Should we just take a moment of some silence just to come back to the experience of that mastery of the mind? Welcome back. It would be really lovely if there's anything you want to add in the chat. Any questions, any comments? Meanwhile, welcoming back Prashant, and we're able to unmute.
Hello. We are going to create some time for practice. But before that, I wanted to ask Sarah, do you want to say anything or anything to address?
Not really. There's some nice discussion, but yeah.
Sure.
No, thank you.
we need to just internally be prepared that to be in the right position that is radical. It is not just being slightly better and we become free from slavery. It is a radical change. That's why we need to use a completely different intellect for this. Our world changes. There can't be a bigger radical change than this. World changes and self changes. It is like fun. It is almost like coming out of a dream, and you are in a waking reality, completely different. Dream and nightmare was different, and you start fresh, clean. You don't have to solve anything of the nightmare now. It is like that. So to bring about this change, we need that best intellect. And it is a game of a second, this moment. And then what happens? The whole thing that we saw since morning, that becomes a dream story. And when we are using that language, we mean that is not our world. The notion of the self itself changes. Now the self is in the waking reality. And this self is not part of this story, part of the dream. Completely different. Clean. It is not continuation of the what was in the dream. It is clean, new. That's why in this world there is no guilt and there is no blame and there is no trauma, nothing to worry about, nothing to complain about. Divine reality. This waking reality is sweeter than the sweetest dream. This is a region with the God, and everyone is godlike. It is such a word. God's world will be like this. It is a Ravan-free region. And that's why in this world, no needs and no harm. All are immortal without any needs. Ravan-free region. In a true sense, region of continuous happiness. Region of that it is in the atmosphere. The bliss is in the air, and everyone is lovely and lucky, immensely lucky, all are, and forever. That's why this region is like the beyond belief. To realize that there can be a world where there is immortality, that itself is a big thing. But also with that world with God. But God as a friend, not someone you worship. God who immensely loves you and knows you and belongs to you. He sees it that way. a relationship of equality. God's world will be like that. World of perfection. Everyone is perfect. Egoless, viceless, sorrowless. Forever. World where there is no harm. Nothing can harm them. Not even the slightest harm can come to them. Everyone appears perfect. All are viceless, egoless. And so, perfection all around, including the self. True self, more like a presence. And you can see that everyone is like this. And this reality is forever. All we have done is use the best intellect that helps us to bring about this shift from the dream reality to the waking reality. And from this position, let us see if we can do anything in that dream story. Nothing wrong in doing things. If we can improve that or intervene, no problem. It is a great game. But he does it as a master. He does it as an invisible incarnate. Never a victim, never a slave. Every second, he's just experiencing this dimension. Experiencing. His attention is in this world. That is all. He is more useful to the world. He's just experiencing and he's useful to the world. How does that happen? Whatever we do in the dream, it is a wasted effort and wasted time, wasted life. In the dream, I may be having amazing plans and achievements. They are wasted. In the waking reality, when the small thing that is done, it has results. So here, you are just awake in the waking reality. Your thoughts, your attention, that has results. Because you are operating in the waking world. And the most important intervention now is not to solve things in the dream. The most important intervention is helping these angelic brothers to wake up, come out of the dream, because their world of wonder is right in front of them. And we just need to give attention to this world of wonder. We are just seeing this world. We are just seeing their own greatness. They are all immortal. They are lucky. They are from the family of God and loved by God. We are seeing their perfection, egoless, viceless. That's why worthy to be loved by God. They are beings of bliss and love. We are seeing it. They just need to wake up, that's all. And this is what their life is. Full bliss. If anyone understands he is beyond harm, what remains is natural experience of full bliss. And that is what their truth is. We are just seeing this. It becomes a life of blessings. It's this invisible witness and he's the invisible player. And he comes in the world, physical world, as a invisible incarnate. If he comes for a mission, he comes as an incarnate. Otherwise, he comes as an invisible player. But he is not in the dream. He remains in the waking world. This is all. His mission is to help others discover the option to come out of the dream. Before the nightmare. Thank you.
Thank you. Something that came up, at least in my mind, in the rooms, was we are using language, but I'm asking myself, have I really grasped the depth of this word, mastery, at the level that it's being used for the true self, who we really are, like no vibration of any inauspicious feeling, more in the context of the waking world rather than physical, like the ego wants to master physical world. And the whole programming is, we don't use that programming when we're talking about this mastery. So that came up, and there are a couple of questions. Shall I ask them?
Yeah.
When you were sharing the commentary, this question came. So why do we need to live in that world? Sorry, I'll start again. Why do we need to leave that world, so the home, and come here to the story? Are the sannyasis, the renunciates, right in trying to go out of the story?
In that, Come in the play, come in the story is not sin. If this, we give the example, if there is a player, say football player, he has a home, to come on the field to play is not a sin. He's a player. Now he comes to play, but to forget the home, that is the only mistake. And this is what has happened to human beings. To come in the space where you are disconnected from your home, disconnected from your true family, other, and disconnected from the self, lost in the dream completely. That is what we are questioning. But we want to come in the play, knowing that it's a play, and stay connected to our world.
Yeah, it's all in the context. And maybe one more question. Is there such a thing as injustice according to this model or this knowledge?
Injustice or justice?
Injustice.
Injustice, yeah. When we are seeing the big map, we are realizing that each one is immortal. He is loved by God, belongs to God. God, the fortune maker, and the wisest, and the highest, and loveliest, and purest. He is his friend and father, loves him, and he belongs to him. He has the right to have his company. He has the divine family. He has the life of bliss, and is loved and life of love. He got everything. The highest and the best he has got already. Perfection, everything is perfect. And no one can change anything of his. Such is his price. What injustice is he talking about? Is he complaining about some injustice? First thing he has to do is see what he has got. And then he can file the petition for injustice. At the moment, what is happening, he is upside down first and then complaining about injustice.
And implied in that is everyone else's truth as well. So I know we've come to time and a few more questions are coming. I don't know whether you want to take them.
We will take.
Yes, to build on the question of the sannyas, the like the monk kind of model. If we don't need anything from here, why can we not leave at any time like the sannyasis are trying to do? It's just not today.
There are limitations, like you may go to a theater, and theater might say, if you are, either you choose, you come in or don't come in. But if you come in, you have to wait for the whole performance. Don't disturb, don't interrupt others. That might be the system. Doesn't mean we have to become slave.
Yeah, that's nice. So, second question, how can we keep alive the memory of our spiritual home while playing in the dream of this physical world without getting trapped in roles and expansion?
Yeah, create things, triggers to remind us, like create time when we come to that experience. Keep sketches, words, some Murli points that remind us of the bigger map in some form. And the word traveler these are good words that tell us that we are not from here. We need to create our own reminders and revisions.
Yeah, it's nice. I'm sure that's something we can enjoy to develop it further. And some system is mentioned about chart or diary, these reminders. I find having the small notebook is useful just to keep record. So yeah, anything you want to add, Prashant? Anything final? And then we will finish with some short drill from Madhavan.
Yeah. Then on that message, our life of revision and repetition. Yes, that covers everything.
And the sketch is useful.
Sketches, yes. And coming into the experiences. Not to stay with the knowledge, but minutes, creating quality experience.
So thank you so much. Thanks to all for your presence, sharings. Special thanks to translation, incognito. And we will now have some reflections from Bapdada and the wonderful Drishti, seeing the souls. So enjoy. Thank you.
एक सेकंड में सभी प्रमाण अपने राजयोग के अभ्यास करते हुए मन को एकाग्र करने का मालिकपन मन को जहाँ जाओ जितना समय जाओ जैसे जाओ वैसे अभी अभी मन को एकाग्र करो कहाँ भी मन यहाँ वहाँ चंचल नहीं है मेरा बाबा मीठा बाबा प्यारा बाबा Ciao.